Good evening. Ontario hospitals are calling for tougher lockdowns as this province hits another COVID high. For the third day in a row, there were over 2,000 new cases. Tougher measures could be coming, and all zones in lockdown like Toronto, Peel and York may be looking at a darker shade of grey.
Everything's on the table.
That was the Premier's answer when he was asked what kind of new restrictions could be coming to deal with the rise in COVID, which is growing in hot zones and regions across the province. Ontario's Chief Medical Officer of Health today says he has made new recommendations to curb the rise in cases, and he has considered making lockdown areas or grey zones a darker shade of grey, but he gave few details.
All things are on the table.
Once again, pressure has been growing for the government to take action.
This is a brutal disease, and it kills in an agonizing way.
After an emergency meeting yesterday, the Ontario Hospital Association is calling for all red zones to go into lockdown. That would impact much of southern Ontario. They are also calling for tougher restrictions on regions already in lockdown. COVID hospitalizations are in the same range as they were at the height of stage 1 in the spring, but ICU growth is rising at 10 times the rate in the second wave.
We're undoubtedly going to smash through the ceiling that we saw in wave 1.
The health minister acknowledged hospitals are struggling to balance care for COVID and non-COVID patients.
Many hospitals are at full capacity now and have had to postpone once again the surgeries and procedures that were postponed during wave 1.
Premier Ford says he's not considering a curfew, but wants people to take more responsibility and follow guidelines.
The worst thing we could do is rush out there and make a snap decision in a heartbeat. We have to make sure if we do make this decision, is it going to be 2 weeks? Is it going to be 3 weeks? Is it going to be 28 days for a full cycle? So there's so many things to consider.
Will schools have their holiday break extended? Could a lockdown be by region or more widespread? These are questions that remain unanswered. We may find out more tomorrow. The province usually announces its restrictions on Fridays. It's a good bet more are coming.